Hello bachcho, let's see the question. Signals from fully developed fetus and placenta ultimately lead to parturition, which requires the release of. And the options are A. Estrogen from placenta. Option B is oxytocin from maternal pituitary. Option C is oxytocin from fetal pituitary. And D option is relaxin from placenta. So what happens during parturition? Parturition means the delivery of a child, or we can write it as the birth of a child. So when the birth of a child is about to occur, then what happens? The fully grown fetus and the placenta, these fetus and placenta, they cause the very mild contraction in uterus. So due to this, uterus middle layer or the myometrium, it undergoes contraction, and this contraction now acts as a signal and it triggers the posterior lobe of pituitary and posterior lobe of pituitary of mother. So posterior lobe of maternal pituitary, it means the mother's pituitary. Now this pituitary is stimulated and it releases the hormone oxytocin. Now oxytocin causes the contraction in uterus. Now these contraction are vigorous from earlier contraction, and this way these contraction means more and more oxytocin is released from the maternal pituitary, and which causes vigorous contraction in the wall of uterus, and this is responsible for the parturition, means it causes the expulsion of child from mother's body. So we can see that the pituitary or the maternal pituitary is releasing the hormone oxytocin. So due to its action in parturition, oxytocin is also known as the birth hormone. So in question it is asked that signals, it means the signals which arise from the fully developed fetus and placenta, and these signals ultimately lead to birth of the child, and it requires the release of which hormone and what is the source of that hormone. So first option is estrogen from placenta. No, this is not the right one because estrogen is not responsible for the birth of child. The next option is oxytocin from the maternal pituitary. Obviously it is a right answer because here I told you that maternal pituitary is triggered or stimulated due to the fully grown fetus and placenta, and it releases the oxytocin hormone and it is responsible for the birth of child. So it is right answer. Now the third option is oxytocin from fetal pituitary. This is wrong statement as fetal pituitary does not release oxytocin as the fetus is dependent on the maternal hormones. Relaxin from placenta. Now relaxin is released from the placenta at the later stages of gestation, and it causes the relaxation of pubic symphysis so that the fetus gets more and more space. So it causes the relaxation of pubic symphysis, it doesn't cause the parturition. So the only right option here is option B. So it is our right answer. All the best, bachcho.